All right, welcome back. We have plenty to get into football-wise. New England gets hit with another fine, and they lose a draft pick. Something new in New England. Also, the Patriots have a new quarterback. We'll get into that, but first we're going to talk about the preseason. Andrew, Hall of Fame game is out. How many realistically exhibition preseason games do you expect to see? How many are necessary, do you think, before they start a season?
Well, two different questions. I expect to see 2. I'd love 10 because I enjoy watching you guys on the broadcast so much. I wish it was a 16-game preseason. You guys, kill it. You do so well. How many are necessary, Bob? 0. Because no other level of football does the preseason. So if Pee Wee football doesn't need a preseason, if high school football doesn't need a preseason, if college football doesn't need a preseason, why do NFL teams need one? No, I think being honest, I think they need 0.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame game should be canceled every year. It should be one of the 4 games. Just make it like you do the regular season, the opener on a Thursday. That Hall of Fame game should be the first preseason game on that Thursday, and then every other preseason game should be on Friday or Saturday. I don't know why a team has to play 5 preseason games. 4 is enough, right? So next year it's going to be 3. This year I'm hearing it's going to be 2, 1 home and 1 away. And teams and dates, I guess, could be up in the air. I would imagine that they wouldn't change the teams and the dates because they've already have hotel rooms booked and travel and stuff. So I would think that it's going to be one of those teams that are on the schedule if there are 2 games, if we can play 2 games. But, I love doing preseason games, don't get me wrong, but I think there'll be 2 this year. All
right, New England Patriots making news once again, another to add to the list of Spygate, Deflategate. Now we have video espionage going on, and they were fined $1 million. You might remember that thing with the Cincinnati Bengals. Also lose a 3rd-round pick. Andrew, this goes on and on with them. And yes, they were called to the carpet again, but will it ever slow them down?
No, and I think it's another slap on the wrist. And again, I think we're so focused on sports and coming back from the coronavirus and some of the other real-world issues out there that we completely forgot about this. So here's the NFL on a late Sunday night putting this story out there, and it's another example of New England, I think, incentivized cheating. If this is all you get, lose a 3rd-round pick and a very, very small fine, what's to stop or who's to stop you from gaining an advantage? I think a lot of coaches would pay $1 million if they felt like they could steal another team's plays.
Yeah, it gives them a little bit of an edge, and they're known cheaters, right? I mean, we should suspect that they're cheaters, right? So I don't know. I mean, they I don't even know what to say about them. I mean, they've cheated. It's proven that they cheat. And cheaters never win, but somehow they win, right?
All right. Well, what they do is they bring in good players, and they did it again today with Cam Newton becoming the quarterback. So, Andrew, you look at him, it's a 1-year incentive-based deal. It's a good move, I think, even though he's had his injury, to his ankle, feet area. This is a guy who can make a big difference for them if he's healthy. They believe he is healthy, and they didn't really have anyone. Jarrett Stidham, to me, was not going to be their answer.
Well, it's a brilliant move. I think when you sign somebody, Bob, like Andy Dalton, there's a ceiling on how well Andy Dalton can play for you. He's been good enough to get teams to the playoffs, but nothing more than that. Cam Newton, if you get him at his best, you've got an MVP quarterback that has gotten teams to the Super Bowl before, and it's a 1-year incentive-laden deal, and he gets to go and get Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels coaching. I think it's a very shrewd move. I think it's a classic Patriots move. If it backfires and he isn't good, Bob, what did they lose? What did it cost them? Really not much.
Yeah, I like the move. 1 year, he has a chance to be a star up there, maybe find another team or maybe stick around New England. They always seem to make these kind of moves, and it works out for them up there. I wouldn't have mind seeing him here, but we're going to go with Mason Rudolph.
Same.
Mason Rudolph is the backup for the Steelers.
Well, we'll see if Belichick lets Newton wear his babushka to the post-game press conferences, Bob. That's going to be a sight to see, right? If Belichick allows for Cam Newton to show his personality in New England.
All right, now it's time to go around the horn, ladies and gentlemen. We have this week's Smooth Moves brought to you by Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops you're going to find, Armina Stone. So, Rich, your smooth move of the week would be what?
I'm sticking with golf. I've been using golf the last couple weeks. Dustin Johnson wins again. That's 13 straight years that he has won on tour since he became a PGA pro, so that's a pretty big accomplishment. He's in the same conversation as guys like Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, guys like that, Tiger Woods even. So congratulations to Dustin Johnson, my smooth move of the week for winning the Travelers.
Yeah, my smooth move of the week is baseball for deciding to start a runner at second base in extra innings. Yippee! How much fun is that, guys?
That's the worst move ever.
All those fans that are so angry, all those fans that are so angry and apathetic and ticked off at baseball are going to be viewing in record numbers to watch those exhilarating extra innings, Bob, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch the sack, bunt, and sack fly
Well, they can't,
in
first
extra
of all,
innings. Woohoo!
They can't
Wow.
sack bunt. No one knows how to bunt anymore. That's what makes that crazy. You're right. Armina Stone, Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops you will find anywhere. Check it out at Armina Stone. We'll be back with more, including Penguins. Can they get the #1 pick in the entire draft, even though they had the 7th best record in all of hockey? That's next.